Hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having an awesome day, and today's video is part 2. So if you haven't seen part 1, I'll leave it linked down below for you, but today is part 2 of my makeup declutter. I declutter every 3 months just to keep things moving in and out of my collection, keeping what I'm really interested in and what I really want. So today is part 2, which is palettes. Everything else we went through in part 1 to declutter, but part 2 is just eyeshadow palettes, which is the hardest part. Is it the hardest part? I don't know. I really love foundation. I don't know. Palettes are hard though because I'm like, what if I need this for a specific look? Blah, 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 blah. As always, I'll leave my Depop link down below. Powder is really easy to sanitize, so I'll probably list a lot of these up there, as well as some other stuff. But let's get into it. Again, I declutter so often, I don't know how much I'm going to declutter, but we're going to try. This is how nervous I am. I'm just making weird hand movements. Alright, so let's get started with my go-to palette drawer, or my like newer ones. Okay, so I think my goal is going to be here with 6 palettes. I feel like that's what's going to be good enough for this video. I'm not really sure. I got this one today. Oh my gosh. It's the Christmas morning palette from Give Me Glow. I swatched it like as soon as I opened it, and here, I know I'm not supposed to swatch things in this video and stuff, but the shimmers in this, like this blue, green, red, this is chunky. It's like a glitter flake or like a gold flake, but like, oh my gosh. And then let's swatch another matte in here. Let's do the Cozy Fire, this red shade, the matte shade. This is beautiful. So this is gonna stay. It's brand new, but I just had to swatch it because like, oh my god, it's beautiful. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to pull these out as we go over them just so we can like clear them out. Also new to me, the Tasha Denona Metropolis, keeping 1000%. Cremated is newer to me as well. So this drawer I'm probably not going to get rid of that many because like, probably maybe not any because it's like the new stuff and like things that are my go-tos. Lunar Beauty Greek Goddess. I really don't use that much to be honest, but I'm keeping it. Of course, Moonspell is always staying with me. Back here we have a Jawbreaker from Jeffree Star and the Jeffree Star Morphe palette. Mini Breaker I'm going to put into a different drawer because I was using it for eyebrows and I'm just using normal colored eyebrows. Juice of Olive from Give Me Glow staying. Of course, we're keeping the Tartelette and Bloom. I know you guys don't want me to open and like swatch all of these. I can't open. There's Gold Flake in here from that one shadow I swatched a second ago. I'm gonna of course keep my Alter Ego Goddess. You can use code Porcelain if you want to save money on this. Such a good palette. It's like one of my go-to palettes. These two right here, easy every day I'm not filming looks. Sigma Core de Rosa, keeping. Very pretty. Here we go. Aura and Out and the In a Trance from the Tie-Dye collection are new to me. So this is hard, but I don't know if I'm going to get that much use out of it. It was really good, like I wanted to review it. I'm going to keep them for now. But I may declutter them in the future just because they're not like my go-to color schemes and stuff. But I really was dying to get my hands on the green one, so I'm glad I have it. I'm going to keep the Ultraviolet for now. It's good for purple references. I think I'm making a video on purple palettes. And these are 4 melt palettes, and I'm keeping my melt palettes. So I said I wanted to collect them. This one's Smoke Sessions, 420, Gemini, and then Vita. So these are staying, of course, and we didn't declutter any from this drawer. But I'm okay with that because these are just like go-tos and newer ones. Probably should have decluttered something, but it's okay. We're going to move on to the other drawers now. Okay. So this next drawer is like the majority of the palettes. There we go, that's a better view. So firstly, I see what I'm going to declutter. I'm going to declutter the Storybook Cosmetics Robin Hood palette. The color scheme is my life. This, yellowy golds, a muted cool tone pink, a dark brown, and 2 greens. This is like an ideal palette for me, but it's bulky, hard to store because it's so thick, and then I don't support Storybook anymore, so I'm gonna delete this one. I'm gonna declutter this one. That's our first declutter. As far as these mini palettes, I think I'm going to keep them. The Honey, which is a yellow palette by Colourpop. To be honest, I don't need it, but I do like Colourpop's formula. The Going Coconuts neutral one, I'm gonna keep this one as well. I need to put it in my go-to palette drawer, I think. Mint to Be, I'm going to declutter. Mint shades, but like, I don't need that many mint colors. So we have 2 decluttered. Smoke Show I'm going to keep because it's the original packaging. It's now called a Blowing Smoke. Topaz Obsessions by Huda, I'm gonna keep for now. Yeah, I just want to get a little more use out of it. I'm gonna keep that one. So we decluttered 2 from this little first stack right here. Next up, I'm gonna put Mini Breaker in here. We also have the Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star collab, the Mini Conspiracy. Is it Mini Conspiracy? Mini Controversy. This Lethal palette is so cute. I'm so keeping that. It's so pretty. I don't get nearly as much use as I should have out of it. I'm gonna declutter the Pop Zombie from Ruby May Cosmetics. It's just not a color scheme I reach for much. I'm going to, so we have Eco Earth from Dito Cosmetics, and then we have Shiny Sun. Now I don't really use these. I used this one a lot when I first got it. This one's more me. This one has more unique tones in it. Let me take a look at these. So what I'm gonna do, this is hard because these 2 shades right here make me want to keep this, and I just scratched it. No. All right, I'm going to put this one in the declutter pile, and I'll keep the more cool toned one. This is kind of in the maybe declutter pile. We'll see how many we declutter at the end. We have 3 decluttered so far, and this one's the first maybe. So I'm gonna put these back like this. Let's check this stack. So I'm definitely gonna keep this Pat McGrath palette because it was gifted to me and it's so beautiful. It's like a high-end like date night palette, I think. Definitely keeping my Edward Scissorhands palette by Sugar Pill. The Friendcation palette, I've really not been using that much. I used it so much and I never made a dent. I'm gonna keep this for now. We'll see. We'll put it in the, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep the Friendcation. Like, I haven't been using it lately, but I know I love it. I'm gonna keep Sigma Enchanted. It's really pretty. I'm gonna declutter the Zoeva Caramel Melange palette. Declutter this one. So that's 4 decluttered. I'm gonna keep the Pinky Rose one for now because I really love this yellow shade. This may be on the chopping block next time. I'm gonna declutter it actually. I really just want it for this shade. I bought it when Riley Rose was still a thing, but I can't keep it for this one shade, so I'm going to declutter this one. Really beautiful though, really beautiful. Next up is, okay, we'll just do this instead of pulled it out. The Dope 2, which is the dupe for Manny MUA's palette. I'm gonna declutter this one. We did a video on it, and that's really the purpose of it. So we've decluttered 6 so far and 1 in the maybe pile. The Born to Run palette, I'm going to keep for now because I have decluttered it before and then I bought it again because I missed it. However, I don't find myself reaching for it, and this is really the only shade that I like would want to use out of it. So I'm going to keep it for now, but we will see in the future what happens. And the last one in this little row right here is the Queen of Hearts by Color Grain, and it's not going anywhere, even though I never use it. Okay, let's do this stack right here now. These are a bunch of Colourpop and Alter Ego palettes, so I don't know if this is going to go very well. Flutterby by Colourpop is staying, obviously. Beautiful cool tone palette. The Love of My Life, Yes Please, is staying. This is some Sugar Pill shadows, so I'm going to keep these. This is Ice Angel from the Edward Scissorhands palette. Oh, it's Candy Crush. I have Ice Angel somewhere. So Ice Angel is somewhere. These are just some... Should I declutter these actually? This one is Midori. This one's Buttercup Cake. I know I bought that one like a while back. Kimchi. I will declutter these actually. Let's declutter this little palette. Aurora by Alter Ego, I'm going to keep. Sahara, beautiful cool tone palette, keeping that one. And then Daydream, I'm keeping as well as a dupe for the new nude palettes from Huda Beauty. So we decluttered one of that row. So far we have decluttered 7 palettes, which is not bad. We have one in the maybe pile. So let's do these, because I don't know how well we're going to do on the next drawer because it's bigger palettes. I might not get rid of any of them. I'm going to declutter this one. It's the Rose Period palette by Suva Beauty. This shade right here is so pretty. Like, all these shades look beautiful. I used it once, I think. Yeah, I think I used it once. I can see I swatched that shade. So, you know, obviously I'm not using it that much. It can go. So that's 8. Here we go with the hard choices. Hard choices here. Gingerbread Spice by Too Faced. This is a stunning quality palette. It was limited edition. You can't get it anymore. It doesn't really have too much of a scent anymore. It was overwhelming in scent. And honestly, I'm holding on to this because these are very muted shimmers and I think they're really pretty. But let's look at the extra spicy. For comparison, this one's totally different. They look so different, actually. You probably can't tell because it's very reflective. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the extra spicy and declutter the original Gingerbread Spice palette. Yeah, it's okay, it's time. I'm only keeping it for the hot pink shade. I know I don't need it, so I'm going to keep the extra spicy one for now. Next up, the Through My Eyes palette by Colourpop I'm totally keeping. I love this palette. This one is a bunch of shadows. So this is Ice Angel from Sugar Pill, yeah. So this is the Bare Necessities palette by Colourpop in the same order and everything. I just took it out of the big palette so it could actually be in a palette and, you know, close. So I'm going to keep these. These are 2 Anastasia shades. Definitely keeping the Deep Sea Luster by Kaleidos. Kaleidos, it's Kaleidos Makeup. Bring this palette back. Because these shimmery foily shades, out of this world. They have an amazing formula. Okay, so next up, I wanted to declutter the Smoky Glow palette. It's just too pink. For Midas, it's just too pink for me. It is really pretty though. I'm glad I reviewed it. But, you know, it's just so pink. The Thirsty palette by Jeffree Star. I'm going to keep all my Jeffree Star palettes just because I have them all. The Alma palette. It's so cute. I'm going to keep it for now, just because I was going to do a video on purples. And then that's this drawer. Let's count how many we have and move on to the next drawer. Alright, so far we decluttered 10. We have 1 in the maybe pile. And let's do the last drawer of palettes. This may not go well. So right off the top, the Orb of Light palette by Black Moon. I'm totally keeping. It took me forever to actually invest and go ahead and buy this. It's all matte, but I love a mustard, so I'm going to keep this one. Just move it out of the way for now. This one's one I can declutter. It's the Pretty Rich palette by Too Faced. It was cute. I only used it for an Instagram look and that was it, so I just don't need it. It's cute. I kind of like it other than the glitters. I do think it's bulky packaging and that's why I'm going to part ways with it though. Okay, so this is kind of new. We're going to keep the Kaleidos Escape Bod palette. Super, super cute. Of course, going to keep my Gwen Stefani Urban Decay palette. They should make another collab with her, please. Let's see. The Life's a Drag palette by Lunar Beauty. I'm going to keep, of course. I love Manny. The Cake palette by Glamlight, which is the big one down here. Those are both Jeffree Star palettes I'm going to keep that I just put down. I'm going to keep this for color references because there's so many colors in it, but I don't really reach for it like I thought I was going to. But as just a good thing to know, Glamlight has Afterpay on their website, which is why I went ahead and got that, even though I know I didn't need it. Alien palette keeping, Bloodlust palette keeping, again, purples. Okay, I'm going to keep these 3 Jeffree Star palettes. It's the Blood Sugar, Blue Blood, and Conspiracy. We have 3 Kaleidos palettes here. I'm going to keep Futurism 3, which is Astro Pink. And I'm going to keep Cyber Bronze, which is this one. And I'm going to declutter the Electro Turquoise. I just don't need it. Okay, so we're going to keep these 2. Back here we have Androgyny and Blood Beauty Killer from Jeffree Star. We're going to keep those. We're going to keep the Veggie Lovers from Glamlight. So cute. Meat Lovers, I know I technically don't need, but look how cute. So I'm going to keep that. And then I'm going to declutter the Charmed palette from... Ooh, Solo Look. It was from Solo Look. I don't know how that crossed me. But it's just kind of awkward to store. I think the colors are so pretty. I did swatch the pink and the green shade. I swatched like a couple of them from my monthly favorites video. I think I used it once. Yeah, I think I only used it once, but it's really cute. So I'm going to declutter this because it's really tall and hard to stand up, and I don't reuse these random colors. Okay, so let me put these back in here. We have a little more room in this drawer. And now I'll count up and show you what I decluttered. Okay, so I decided to declutter the one we had in the maybe pile because obviously I was thinking about it, I don't need it. So we decluttered 14 palettes. And it doesn't look like that many, but 14 is good. That's great. I was expecting to declutter like half of that. So I'm really happy with it. I'm sad to see the Gingerbread Spice palette go, honestly. Also the Meant to Be one. But I think this was good. Also the center stage I'm going to miss a little bit, but I don't need all these shades. I have palettes that I use. So this is my declutter. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!